So where are the bananas? Why are they not planted out here in the garden? Well, basically I've lost pretty much all of them over winter, which is a shame. I had a good 15 or so good strong plants, but unfortunately the way I stored them over winter and the temperatures I stored them at pushed them to the limit and just over the edge. I had them all in the greenhouse, and we had the heater at one end and we had the Ensete hiniba bananas right at the other end. And because of the cost of energies, I decided to keep the thermostat set at 5 degrees, and this meant for most of the plants in there totally fine. It's frost free, so even the tender plants coped well, got through the winter okay. But 5 degrees is kept at the sort of the first half, maybe to 2/3 of the greenhouse. The bottom corner furthest away from the heater never kept up to 5 degrees on those cold periods, and we had a cold winter. We had December, we had January, we had a March spell of very cold weather that went on for many days at a time, and I didn't have a thermometer in the bottom corner, but it's probably only 1 or 2 degrees for days and nights at a time. Plus, because of where the corner is and the outside is quite wet in that corner, the humidity will have been very, very high as well. So as a consequence of this, all the Ensete down in that corner have not come back into growth this year, which has meant I've not had the wonderful paddle-like leaves in the garden which dominate the summer display in the first half of the garden in normal years. All is not lost. I do have 2 hinibas left. I had one in a small pot which is just over to my left, and that was in the greenhouse, but it was on a bench much closer to the heater, so that kept at 5 degrees. It doesn't need much heat, it only needs to be really frost free, but above 5 degrees ideally, and that has come through totally fine. And the other one, slightly larger, was kept in my bathroom, and it was kept completely dry, not watered at all from November all the way through, in fact, till early May, and that has come back into leaf and looks okay. So I have to, and in future years hopefully these will bulk up, they'll thrive, and I'll be able to propagate these once more. So in the future years I'll have many more to plant in the garden. But for this year, for 2023, and probably the next couple of years, we won't have those big dominant big leaves in the garden from the Ensete hiniba bananas. And as the rain starts to get a bit heavy now, I think it's time to end this video, but on a positive note, and that is the garden as we go through July now is looking good. Yes, it doesn't have the hiniba bananas, but there's lots of exciting plants in this garden, and I'll do a full tour of the garden when it's a much nicer day, a drier, warmer day than today. So thanks for watching this little update on my bananas. Join me next time where I'll be doing more in the garden.